Y'all, if Ashton thought his Diddy-related drama was going to wrap up nicely in 2022, he is in for the shock of his life. Because Diddy's former bodyguard just dropped the most explosive deep dive ever, exposing everything about how involved Ashton really was with Diddy. And trust me when I say your jaws are literally going to be on the floor. You know how we all thought Ashton was just another celebrity face in the crowd who enjoyed those wild, outrageous parties Diddy threw? Well, according to Gene, there is so much more bubbling under that surface than any of us ever imagined. And here's where things start getting absolutely bone-chilling. Remember when Ashton's thin girlfriend passed away under those mysterious circumstances? Well, hold on to your seats because it happened in a way that's eerily similar to how Diddy's girlfriend Kim Porter passed. If you're already getting goosebumps, just wait because we're barely scratching the surface of this absolutely mind-blowing scandal. Let's take it back, way back to where this whole controversial friendship began, because the origin story is absolutely wild. Picture this. It's the early 2000s, Ashton's riding high with his hit MTV show Punk'd, and he gets this brilliant idea to pull a massive prank on Diddy. At the time, Diddy was busy playing talent scout extraordinaire on Making the Band, hunting for the next big pop sensation. But here's where it gets interesting. Diddy wasn't about to become another celebrity victim on Ashton's show. He went straight to the source, reached out to Ashton directly, and told him to shut that whole plan down. And surprisingly, Ashton actually respected the request. Who would have ever thought that one canceled prank would turn into one of Hollywood's most controversial friendships?
I gave him a call one day and I said, I heard that you are going to punk me and I just don't think that's a good idea. I
don't think that that's the way you said it. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, well, then you tell the story.
I'm pretty sure that's not the way you said it. I don't think that's a good idea. Is that what you said?
Fast forward a few years, and these two were absolutely inseparable. The way Diddy worshipped the ground Ashton walked on was literally everything. When Ashton made it onto Time magazine's prestigious 100 Most Influential People list, Diddy couldn't contain himself. He was out here singing Ashton's praises like a proud papa, saying things like, "Kutcher is a sounding board for me. Like me, he's a mogul, a new media mogul, but we are yin and yang. I am in your face, but he is understated, cool, swag." The bromance was so real, you could practically feel it through the magazines. But here's where the plot thickens. The second Diddy got exposed, Ashton pulled the most spectacular disappearing act Hollywood has ever seen. People started putting those puzzle pieces together faster than a celebrity marriage falls apart, and they realized Ashton's vanishing act probably had everything to do with his own questionable past. And speaking of questionable decisions, we absolutely need to talk about that whole Danny Masterson situation. Remember when Ashton and his wife Mila got absolutely destroyed on social media for defending their friend Danny after those horrific SA allegations came to light? Ashton wrote this lengthy letter that had everyone's eyebrows raised to the ceiling. He was out here saying things like, Masterson had been nothing but a positive influence on him throughout his life, and went on about their 25-year friendship like it was some kind of defense. He literally wrote, "I don't ever recall him lying to me. He's taught me about being direct and confronting issues in life and relationships head-on, resolving them and moving forward." And as if that wasn't enough to make your head spin, Mila jumped right into the fire too. She was calling him an amazing friend, an outstanding older brother figure. She even went as far as writing about his caring nature and how he helped her grow both personally and professionally. Like seriously? The timing couldn't have been worse. The backlash. Oh honey, it was absolutely nuclear. They had to run to Instagram with an apology video faster than a celebrity can say my account was hacked.
We are aware of the pain that has been caused by the character letters that we wrote on behalf of Danny Masterson.
We support victims. We have done this historically through our work and will continue to do so in the future.
A couple months ago, Danny's family reached out to us and they asked us to write character letters to represent the person that we knew for 25 years so that the judge could take that into full consideration relative to the sentencing.
The letters were not written to question the legitimacy of the judicial system or the validity of the jury's ruling.
They were intended for the judge to read and not to undermine the testimony of the victims or re-traumatize them in any way. We would never want to do that.
But wait, Because this rabbit hole goes even deeper, Ashton had to step down from his anti-trafficking charity, Thorn, because things got way too hot to handle. And can we talk about that incredibly awkward moment on Hot Ones back in 2019? When Sean Evans tried to get some juicy details about Diddy's exclusive events, Ashton shut that conversation down so fast it could give you whiplash. He changed the subject quicker than a Hollywood starlet changes outfits at the Met Gala, leaving everyone wondering what he was trying so desperately to hide.
Diddy party stories, they're our favorite genre of anecdote, if you have one, yeah.
Wow, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. So, I can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them. There was one moment, so it's not really a party story, but our relationship was really bizarre. So it started over punked, because he was like, yo,
don't punk
you
me.
can't punk me. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you, everybody's on the table. He's like, not me, I'm off the table. And so that started our conversation. We became fast friends, and we used to just hang out, watch football together.
Now hold on to your designer bags, because Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Dill, just spilled enough tea to fill an Olympic-sized pool. Everything we thought we knew about Ashton and Diddy. That's just the tip of this scandalous iceberg. The real bombshell involves the tragic story of actress Brittany Murphy. And let me tell you, this is where things get absolutely chilling. The interviewer pointed out something that will make your blood run cold: how Brittany died under circumstances that were eerily similar to Diddy's ex-girlfriend, Kim Porter.
Ashton Kutcher was also friends with Brittany Murphy, who also was friends with P. Diddy, who also died the same death as Kim Porter. Now, Ashton Kutcher as well also runs a child protection thing, I think it's called For, where he's trying to save children. But we know now a lot of these people use this thing for child to actually not expose it, but to gain from their own benefit.
Let me break down the Brittany Murphy situation, because this story is absolutely devastating. This talented actress was found dead at just 32 years old. They tried to tell us it was pneumonia, but honey, the streets weren't buying that story for a second. And then, in a twist that seems straight out of a Hollywood thriller, her husband Simon Monjack dies just 5 months later in the exact same house from the exact same cause. We're talking about two seemingly healthy people, both gone within months of each other, in the same place from the same thing. The conspiracy theories started spreading faster than celebrity gossip at a beauty salon. But hold on to your wigs, because this story takes an even darker turn. Brittany's father is absolutely convinced she was poisoned, and the coincidences? They'll make your head spin like a reality show drama. The same coroner who handled Brittany's autopsy was the one who did Kim Porter's second autopsy, both conveniently ruled as pneumonia. But here's the gag. The first coroner who looked at Kim's case found suspicious toxins and was mysteriously removed from the case. And just when it looked like the truth was about to come out, that first coroner passed away under some very suspicious circumstances. Are you sitting down? Because Gene Dale just dropped another atomic bomb. Apparently, Brittany had a secret affair with Ashton while he was still married to Demi Moore. The plot just keeps getting thicker than a Kardashian's makeup routine.
I was around Ashton Kutcher and Diddy before, and they were speaking about Brittany Murphy. And I don't think I ever told this story, and I'm about to tell this story here. While he was married to Demi Moore, he was still sneaking around seeing Brittany Murphy. You understand? We were going to a Nets game, so we picked him up, and he was explaining to Diddy that every time he goes to Brittany's house, paparazzi always catches him or almost catch him coming out her apartment or coming out the building. And Diddy was telling him that's either the doorman or your security. You know what I'm saying? And he was still married to Demi Moore at the time. So you could have something, you could be right. Because it's crazy how they said her and Kim and some other individual with them or around them all died of pneumonia, and they were in perfect health.
Just when you think this Hollywood horror story couldn't possibly get any more shocking, grab your smelling salts because there's more. Ashton had another girlfriend who met a tragic end, brutally killed just minutes before he was supposed to show up for their date night. I mean, can we talk about the absolutely terrifying timing of all this?
He's not guilty of this, but he arranged a date. He was late for that date. And when he got to the girl's house, he looked through the window. She was stabbed 47 times. The man ended up getting charged.
The internet is absolutely losing its mind over all of this. People are connecting these terrifying dots faster than a celebrity stylist puts together an award show outfit. Think about it. 2 of Ashton's girlfriends, both gone under mysterious circumstances, his suspiciously close friendship with Diddy, and all these other shady industry connections. It's giving everyone major chills, and not the good kind. Social media is literally exploding with theories and questions. One fan dropped this bomb. Maybe it's time we look into Ashton Kutcher's human and child trafficking work, considering he's best buds with people like Diddy and Danny Masterson. Another detective in training wrote, Ashton Kutcher has a long history with P. Diddy, and I'd be willing to bet he's got more than a few skeletons in his closet. But the comment that really sent shockwaves through the internet pointed out how Diddy had Ashton at his exclusive parties, but what makes it super suspicious is their connection to Brittany Murphy. First, they said it was pneumonia, then they found drugs in her system, and then they're talking about poison. The similarities to other cases are making everyone's skin crawl. And let's talk about how these coincidences just keep piling up like designer shoes in a celebrity closet. The way both Brittany Murphy and Kim Porter's cases were handled, the mysterious circumstances surrounding their deaths, the same coroner, the removed first coroner, the suspicious toxins. It's like watching a twisted Hollywood thriller unfold in real time. And the fact that Ashton is connected to all of this, it's making people look at his whole career in a completely different light. The timing of everything is just too perfect to be coincidental. From Ashton's quick disappearance from Diddy's circle right when things started getting hot to his awkward dodging of questions about those exclusive parties on Hot Ones. It's like watching a carefully constructed house of cards start to wobble. And honey, the foundation is looking shakier by the minute. People are starting to dig deeper into every aspect of Ashton's past, questioning everything from his charity work to his business connections. The internet sleuths are working overtime, connecting dots we didn't even know existed. And with each new revelation, the web of connections between Ashton, Diddy, and these tragic events gets more and more tangled. This is honestly such a mess, and the tea just keeps getting hotter and more scalding by the minute. The way these Hollywood secrets are tumbling out is giving everyone major trust issues, and honestly, we're all sitting here wondering what other bombshells are waiting to drop. Drop your thoughts in the comments below because this story is definitely far from over. And don't forget to check out our next video because something tells me there's so much more to this story that hasn't come to light yet. This whole situation is like a Hollywood nightmare that just keeps getting darker and more twisted with each new revelation. Between the mysterious deaths, the suspicious circumstances, the convenient timing, and all these high-profile connections, it's like we're watching a real-life thriller unfold right before our eyes. Stay tuned, because something tells me this is just the beginning of an even bigger scandal.